everyone. So I want to quickly talk about control and surrendering control right now. I've been noticing it a lot in the last 24 hours for myself. And so I want to talk a little bit about what I've experienced. Maybe it will help you. So first, I am very acutely aware of every state of being that I'm in. When I feel certain things, I feel it in my body. I'm aware of everything I'm thinking and feeling and doing and being. I'm like a scientist in my life all day long, right? And so when I don't typically try to control things, I trust so deeply in this higher aspect of me, my higher self, the universe. I trust so deeply that everything that's unraveling for me is perfect and divine, whether I like it or not. I know that the highest outcome is always happening to me. So very rarely do I try to control anything. However, the last 24 hours, I've been trying to control something very specific. I want it to go a certain way. I need it to go a certain way because I believe, here's the illusion with control. I believe that if this outcome happens the way I want it to, I'll be happier. I'll be more fulfilled. I'll feel more loved. ... I'll have more money. I'll have a better place to live. Whatever it is, right? Pay attention. When you try to control something, it's because you want a specific outcome, okay? And that specific outcome is supposedly going to give you something internally. That's the illusion. Because that doesn't last. You will find something else to control to provide you with some other feeling inside. And then it's this perpetuation of controlling outcomes of things. And then you're never in a state of flow, peace, ease, and grace, which is how we are designed to be. So as I was noticing myself controlling this outcome, it was very, very uncomfortable. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, because we are programmed to control our world. We feel safe when we control everything, okay? That's how we're programmed in this matrix, to control. And so when I started feeling this control around something, my whole body tightened. I was restricted. I was so uncomfortable. My shoulders were tight. It was like I needed to figure out the solution. I needed to figure this out. I needed to figure this out. And that's not a state that I'm in normally. So it was very uncomfortable. And I noticed, holy cow, a lot of humans are like this all the time. A lot of humans are always in control of things, and they don't even realize what is happening in their body, the restriction, the tightness, the need to control. And what happens is that there is an underlying irritability. There's an underlying anxiety. There's an underlying stress. You're preoccupied by creating this control and this outcome. And we're not designed to be in that state. What is coming down the pike for the entire globe, what is about to unravel and is continuing to unravel, is going to make us feel out of control. And we are moving into higher states of consciousness. So when you feel out of control, it's a beautiful practice of moving into a higher state of consciousness, which is flow, surrender, trust, ease, grace, presence, trusting your higher self. These are all higher states of consciousness. So everything that is happening in your life right now is allowing you to practice higher states of consciousness. But you've got to be aware of what you're doing. You've got to be aware of how much you're trying to control something. And then you've got to practice letting it go. So here's what I started to do, because I was not going to live this way. Heck no. I spent 14 hours feeling this need to control, and I was like, I'm done. What do I need to do? I wasn't going to do it. So I sat with myself and I paid attention to what I was trying to control. What are you trying to control? And then pay attention to the fact that whatever you, lower self you, ego you, is trying to control, it will never be the highest outcome. Your higher self has a higher outcome for you. Your higher self wants you to live with ease. It doesn't want you to push or force for things. Your higher self wants to show you that he or she can provide for you without you holding stress and tension and angst and resistance and this tightness in your body. We're not designed to live that way. But now we got to start trusting higher self. So I have to surrender. So what I do is I visualize that which I'm trying to control, and I visualize it going away. Can I trust that all will be okay? Can I trust that I don't need to control this anymore? Can I trust that I can surrender it up and over to the universe, to God, to source, to my higher self, to whoever you want to imagine it going over to? Can I hand it over? Can I trust so deeply, surrender so deeply that that which I'm trying to control literally is dissolved into my being, and I can let go? I can let go. I'll be okay. I'm not going to die. And whatever that outcome is that I'm trying to control is never going to be the highest potential, because it is ego, Lori, that's trying to control that. Higher self never controls. Higher self doesn't need to control. Higher self will just plop things into your lap. So practice surrendering what you are trying to control right now. It is uncomfortable, but we have been so programmed to control everything in our lives that I can promise you what is unraveling on the entire planet is going to create more of us feeling out of control, which is a beautiful thing because we start to practice higher states of consciousness. Pay attention. What am I controlling? Why am I controlling it? And can I start to practice surrendering? Can I start to imagine it dissolving? Can I start to know that my higher self has my highest potential at hand, that it knows more than I do? Will I be okay if I let this go? It doesn't mean that it's not going to unravel and happen for you. It will happen for you most likely, but will happen in the highest outcome. And it will happen when you are just naturally living your life. You want to move through life in flow, in presence, in trust, moving through a river and hitting all the boulders, all the debris, all the trees, but not grabbing it and taking it with you and holding it and carrying it. You're not here to carry the boulders with you. You are here to hit the boulder and keep going. You don't control the flow of a river. You learn to flow through the river. And that's what we're doing. I love you. Be gentle with yourself. Keep your heart wide open. Mwah.